So, hey guys, what's going on? I've been meaning to do this review since what I think Friday afternoon, but I haven't just gotten around to it, and I just finished playing Tomb Raider. It's literally the best open world game I've played in a long while. So yeah, I just got done playing Tomb Raider, and I decided, you know what, I'll just get to this review now, and what I'm going to show you is a trade that would have probably made you wait 4 days for it. But I want to show you an example of when you're disciplined and when you're patient, the kind of risk to reward you can get off of a trade. That's one. Two, capitalizing on big risk to rewards. When I talk about small stop losses or tight stop losses, in as much as I don't do it on every trade, but when I do mention it, I think most people do get the misconception that what I am talking about here is every single time I get an opportunity, I'm going with a tight stop loss. No, that's not it. That's one. Two, before you go in with a tight stop loss, I probably have 6 to 5 to 2 to how whatever the amount of things are. I already have a lot of confluences that makes me know, okay, I don't want to see price get past or get below or get above this point. I have my invalidation levels in place, and 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 yeah. So let me just run through this. I hope the voice quality is much better now for this. Yeah. So now going over this, what I'm going to do is Euro USD. What I'm going to go over, what I'm going to go over is Euro USD. Now, if you're looking at Euro USD from last week, we took out this level here. So basically, price ran up, took out this pretty well. Let's just call it a faint double top. Price ran up, took out the faint double top, and shut the bed. So marking this out. So price took out this flat level here and then dropped. This was a federal interest rate report. Now, if once I do go down to the lower time frame, you will notice that there was a void here. So now going down to the hourly, this is what you will notice. We have this huge void. Now, I wanted to see this void get filled. But before anything else, I wanted to see price above the weekly open. So if we mark this out as the weekly open, people use the weekly open, daily open, whatever session open as they see fit, depending on what their backs are. So the way I see opens is that if I'm looking to be long, I want to see, like, if I'm looking to be long. Sorry, if I'm looking to go long or if I'm looking to buy on a certain pair, whatever currency that is, I want to see price stay above the weekly open or break above the weekly open. Or if I'm looking to go short or sell on a currency pair or asset, I want to see price break below the weekly open or the daily open, and I want it to stay that way. Then I'll look for an entry on there. Now, sometimes I would trade the basically price dipping for liquidity above or below. I'll either buy or sell, but hardly do I do that. I like it when price breaks back into the range. That's how I look at my opens, my weekly open and my daily opens. I look at them like ranges. Once price breaks above or breaks below it, I look at like, okay, price is either price has gotten back into the range. If price is above it and I'm looking to buy, I know that price is still within the range and distribution should come into price soon. So now I'm having the weekly open on Monday. I wasn't even looking at charts on Monday for EURUSD because we had a bank holiday for um in UK, and then we had, I think it was Children's Day in China. So once I see holidays um on trades, I'm not really interested in doing anything that day. So now we have Monday opens, rallies higher, takes out Friday's high. Cool. Now for Tuesday during the Asian session, we run high, but then we failed to take out this high. So if I'm marking this out, for me, this is still sort of like a faint double top. Though the price points are not really perfect, but it's probably just about off with 2 to 3 pips. So Tuesday running higher, failing to fill the void. Now we make a double top. Now you need to understand something. If price is setting double tops and double bottoms where you have a void above or below market, I find that very suspicious because at the back of my mind, the basically engineering liquidity, the money is basically selling at this point and expecting price to distribute lower and so on and so forth. But they just drag price enough to get people enticed, people get in, people probably for their surplus to break even or whatever the case may be. But we didn't take out this high, we didn't fill out this void. So that happens on Tuesday. We run down, and again, this is another confirmation that the buyers are still in charge of everything going on. We failed to take out the weekly open. We failed to break below the weekly open. So for me, I'm still waiting for the bullish distribution. Now on Wednesday, we run higher and we dip into an order block. So we run higher into an order block, we distribute lower. Though and I have to understand what I am waiting for are buys. Now, while I'm waiting for this on the DXY, I equally had my eyes on the DXY. Excuse me. I equally had my eyes on the DXY. So that happens on what's it called on Wednesday. Now, most times when I have my sentiment set on something and there are basically confluences, there are things that I know I should wait for. So I didn't join the sell people that were trying to sell on this day. Now, if you mark out the EQ of sorry, I missed out something. Now, if you go down to the 30 minutes, now this order block here, let's mark out the EQ. I'll just do this. So the white dot is the EQ. So now I'm marking out the EQ of this level. That should be 1.12482. We just make that a whole number 1.1250, which is an institutional level 1.1250. Now 1.1250 was a key level for me that I was looking to engage with, or rather looking for price to pull up to. Now if we go down to the 15 minutes, this is what it looked like. So we'll have a double top here. We'll have price running and still failing to make higher prices. So we are creating lower highs. Here's a high, here's a lower high, here's a lower high. For me, all of this are liquidity pools, and I knew that price was just waiting to run this. I was talking to E about this move. You guys might know what I'm talking about. So if he's watching this, he will know. So yeah, liquidity. This is a liquidity point. Here we have a void looking to get filled. Here we have a void looking to get filled, and here we have an institutional level just above market. Now on Thursday, back to the 30 minutes. On Thursday, what then happens on Thursday? Price pulls into an order block. So now price takes out Wednesday's low. This was basically the sign for everything. So price takes out Wednesday's low, dips into an order block, and pulls back within range. Now for DXY, price takes out Wednesday's high, right? Dips into an order block too. Sorry, give me a minute. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, price takes out Wednesday's low, dips into an order block, and pulls back within range. Now on this day, I had the daily level marked out. Now, after seeing this, I wouldn't have still gone in from this point, right? This wasn't where I was looking to get in from. This isn't where you should, if you're looking for those tight stop losses, how I look at price, Though you could have easily gotten in from here, and let's just see what the risk reward would have been. Even if you got in from here, you would have still made it 10R driving price all the way to this point here. But I was looking for that extra confirmation. So now I have price above my weekly open. I have my levels of liquidity. I have my void. I have where I want to see price drive to. Price is dipped into the 15-minute order block. The dollar is equally correlating with the euro. Everything is panning out nicely. And now I want to see price pull above the daily open. Now the break and close above the daily open was what I was waiting for. I want to just make this a different color. This is cornflower blue. Oh really? Just do this. So now the break and close above the daily open is what you should be waiting for. Now, if you scale down to the lower time frame, this is when the lower time frame this is when you going down to the lower time frame is, I don't know if I should use the word allowed. Now scaling down to the 5 minutes. So price has dipped into this level. Ignore this. This is just me indicating that price made a lower what's it called? A lower low. And we've taken out double bottoms here. Let me just take this before someone thinks this is a trend line. So we've taken out double bottoms here. Price has dipped into this level. We pull back above, and now we're waiting for price to come above this cornflower blue line. And when price breaks above, this is the indication that this candle here, I wish I could draw arrows. This candle here is basically the indication that the bulls are basically coming back into market. And now the last confirmation of what you want to wait for is a break in market structure and a return back to an order block, or you can use a breaker depending on whatever the case was. In this case, it would have been an order block. So right here, finally you get your breaking structure. I wouldn't call this a breaking structure because of this high here, but this for me was a shift in structure. This for me was enough to call this a shift in structure. So here you have the shift in structure, and you're waiting for price to come back to the point of origin. You're waiting for price to come back to the order block that basically engineered this move up. And I'm looking for the order block that is above the daily open. There are so many things you need to have in mind when you're about to take trades like this. So now I'm marking out this level. So if you had this I'm saying stop loss. If you had this risk to reward, let's say you added let me see. Trying to adjust this. Let's say you added extra 2 pips to this. So you had a 4 pip stop loss just to be safe because maybe you're not comfortable with high stop losses. This would have been a 10, let's call it 11, 12, 13, 14, probably about 12R off on this trade alone. And that would have simply been your entry and that would have been your exit. And you're exiting at the high of the day. And for those of you that saw the trade that I took after this, I said after this, those of you that saw the trade that I took after this move happened, this was basically now price drove to the key level, and as soon as it hit that key level, we started seeing prices should be lower. And when I got the close below this breaker, here, and this kind of pulling back up, this is when I entered. I had my stop loss here, and I had my stops at break even. I didn't shave anything off till the next day. Once after Asian session, so I had my stop loss at break even here, and next day Asian session was doing all of this, and when I started seeing price pull into this contraction and not wanting to go lower, when I saw price pulling into this contraction and not wanting to go lower, I started shaving off lot size and then finally got taken out with the rest. So this is just an example of how you can get in with the tight stop loss, but there are so many things you have to come into mind. You can see me talking about the weekly open, the daily open, the voids, the liquidity pools that were above market, the level I was looking for price to drive into. There's so many things you need to bring into context before you get in with a tight stop loss, or before you even get into any trade. You need to wait for everything to line up. You need to have the discipline, you need to have the patience. For insights of what I'm to expect, these lows here, to me, I would like to see these lows get taken, but so far I haven't seen the dollar bottom yet, so I haven't seen any bullish signs from the dollar just yet. But yep, I would actually like to see probably this happen come Monday. Price driving to your premium level, either this or this, and then seeking this point here. But that's it. I hope that was insightful. I hope that was helpful. I need to go get some sleep. It's probably about 2 a.m. or past 1 a.m. out here. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys during the week. All right, safe.